Look at your phone right now. You are scrolling. It is past midnight. The room is completely dark. The blue light from the screen hits your eyes. It is freezing your biological clock. You feel a familiar heavy ache in your chest. You just read about another war. You saw another economic collapse. You watched a clip of a climate disaster. Your stomach tightens. Your heart rate is slightly elevated. You feel exhausted. Yet, you do not close the app. You swipe down instead. You refresh the feed. You actively look for more. You're hunting for the next tragedy. Think about this for a second. This behavior is completely irrational. No other creature on Earth spends its resting hours seeking out signs of danger. A deer does not look for the scent of a wolf when it is safe in the meadow. A bird does not listen for thunder when it is warm in its nest. But you do. You do this every single night. You feed your mind a steady diet of digital poison. Then you wonder why you cannot sleep. You wonder why you feel so detached from everything. You start to think there is something deeply wrong with you. You believe you are broken. You think you are a masochist. But here is where it gets worse. You are not choosing this. Not really. Your conscious mind wants peace. You want to feel happy. You want to feel safe. But another part of you is steering the wheel. A much older part. It loves the horror. It thrives on the panic. It demands that you look at the car crash. This is not a personal failure. This is not a lack of willpower. This is a design feature. Your misery is being manufactured by a system that is millions of years old. That is not the strangest part. The response will scare you. To understand this, we need to go back in time. Imagine a world 300,000 years ago. The world is dark, cold, and incredibly violent. You are walking through the tall grass of the African savanna. You do not have sharp claws. You do not have thick fur. You cannot run faster than a cheetah. You are remarkably fragile. In this world, optimism is a death sentence. The hunter who looks at the bush and thinks it is just the wind does not survive. He is eaten. The hunter who assumes the worst survives. He lives to see another day. He passes his genes down to the next generation. Think about that for a second. You are the direct descendant of the most paranoid primates to ever walk the earth. Your ancestors survived because they were masters of fear. They never missed a threat. Every rustle in the grass was a predator. Every shadow was a killer. Their brains developed a powerful mechanism to keep them alive. It is called the negativity bias. The brain prioritizes bad news over good news because bad news can kill you in 5 seconds. Good news can wait. A sweet berry is nice, but a hidden snake is fatal. The brain became a machine designed to scan the horizon for danger. Now, look at where you are sitting. The savanna is gone. The predators are gone. The physical dangers of the ancient world have vanished for most of us. But that machine inside your skull did not get the memo. It is still sitting in the dark, terrified of the shadows. It is still listening for the wolf. Except now, the horizon is your social media feed. The rustle in the grass is a headline about inflation. The predator is a notification on your screen. Your brain does not know the difference between a tweet about a crisis and an actual tiger outside your cave. It reacts exactly the same way. This is not just a theory. There is concrete proof of how this mechanism controls us. In the year 2014, 2 researchers at McGill University decided to test this dark human instinct. Their names were Stuart Soroka and Mark Trussler. They invited a large group of ordinary people into a laboratory for what they called an eye-tracking study. They told the participants a lie. They said they were simply testing a new video technology. The volunteers were asked to sit in front of a computer screen and select several news stories to read. The researchers offered a wide variety of topics. There were positive stories about community triumphs. There were neutral stories about daily politics. And, of course, there were brutal stories about corruption, murder, and disaster. The participants explicitly told the scientists They preferred good news. They said they were tired of the negativity in the media. They claimed they wanted to read something uplifting. But the eye-tracking cameras told a completely different story. The results were chilling. The moment the text appeared on the screen, the eyes of the participants moved instantly toward the negative headlines. They spent significantly more time reading about tragedies than about triumphs. Even the people who expressed the strongest desire for positive news spent the most time staring at the horror. They could not help it. Their conscious minds wanted peace, but their ancient brains were desperately scanning the digital horizon for wolves. The experiment proved that we are trapped in a biological loop. We say we want light, but our nature forces us to seek out the darkness. So, we return to you. You are back in your dark room. The screen is still glowing in your hand. The time is now much later. But hopefully, the weight in your chest feels a little different now. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not a glutton for misery. You are simply a masterpiece of biological engineering, an exquisite survival machine trapped in a world it was never designed to navigate. Think about this for a second. Your brain is doing exactly what it was optimized to do over millions of years of brutal evolution. It is trying to keep you alive. It sees the terrifying headline, and it screams at you to pay attention because it thinks the threat is real. It thinks the tiger is at the door. But there is no tiger. There is only an algorithm. There is only a line of code designed by a corporation that figured out how to weaponize your ancient survival instincts for profit. They turned your evolutionary armor into a cage. You do not need to carry the guilt of your anxiety anymore. You cannot fight 300,000 years of biology with a simple act of willpower. You are a creature of the forest trying to survive in a metropolis made of glass and data. Your panic is not a flaw. It is just the echo of a distant savanna whispering in the dark. It is time to let the ancient hunter rest. Close the app, turn off the screen, step out of the cave. The world is quiet now, and the wolves are all gone.